So let's. Oh, look at that. We are live. There's 5 viewers waiting, which is good. Um, Concurrent viewers 6, 7. Oh, it's growing.
Play it. We're on.
Yeah, so I'm gonna start the intro.
We are the only show for independents all around, giving you a platform to spread your word all over town. Catch the Craze is the place to promote to your fans with the Dreamer, Medina, and Sam the Crazy Man. Subscribe to our show and never miss an episode. It's time to get your mans, listen to us on the go. Updated every week, we never miss a day. Join the squad, come on in. It's time to catch the Craze. If you are an independent, catch the Craze. Making moves on your own, catch the Craze. On your grind in the streets, catch the Craze. Join the movement, catch the Craze.
Yeah, George, we did it again. Come on now. You know you want to do it. Catch the Craze.
Welcome to Catch the Craze podcast. I am your host with the most, Sam the Crazy Man Vera, and I am with
George, the Dreamer, Medina.
What's up, George?
What up? What up? Yo, big shout out in that video, in the opening credits. Big shout out to Eric Black,
Yes.
who was down with us since way back when.
Yes.
James Rodriguez is in there. Young James Rodriguez, young buck.
Yeah.
You got Keith Murphy, I saw in that. So big shout out to those guys, man. It's been can't believe how long we've been doing this with them, man.
A long time. It's been a
Yeah,
long
yeah.
time. I should have
Nice,
left you
nice.
without a dope
Without
beat
a
to
dope
step
beat.
to. Step to.
Step two.
So,
What's up, dog? What's going
what's
on?
up?
Big announcement tonight.
we got big announcements. We're gonna hold off a bit until we get some chatter going on.
that's all
But
right. That's
yeah.
all good.
So I'm excited. I don't know about how are you feeling about it?
Yo, I mean, I saw it. You know, I mean, obviously the audience has no idea what the hell we're talking about.
Okay.
But Catch the Crazies has been, it's an idea that we, talked about on episode 200. And we're going full force with it. We have a Kickstarter coming out September 26th. So everybody get ready for that on Kickstarter. And now Sam, the Crazy Man Vera, has taken it to the next level. And so that's what we're going to be showing tonight. Just,
Yes.
just like what we're going to be showing you tonight is something to do with the Crazies.
Yes.
It's not just to clarify, it's not what the actual Kickstarter is for, but it's almost like a vision into the future,
Yes.
what it can be,
What it can be.
what it can become.
The potential.
And with your help, that's what we're trying to do. So
Yes.
yeah, it's exciting stuff tonight. So yeah.
Yeah. So before we go into the big reveal, let's talk about the Crazies as a whole. I know we did episode 200 and we gave the people a sneak peek into the thought process behind creating it. But I'd like to just go a step further because currently script 1 was done, and in the 4 books, the first 4 issues were plotted out. And the summary for each book is done. And currently you're scripting number 2.
That's right.
And September 1st, our artist, Masia Kempro, has begun doing the thumbnails designs for the book that he will show before he proceeds, so we can make sure that we greenlight it. So let's talk about the process. So you're working on script number 2, and that's a follow-up to 1. And then 1 basically was the introduction to us and the feeling of frustration. The characters are frustrated, right? And
so essentially, and for those people who didn't catch episode 200, we basically we have this. Sam came up with this great idea to create this story about the Crazies. Now, the Crazies are these little creatures who have this ability to pop people over the head with their microphones and turn them into fans of Catch the Craze. So the whole concept behind the story is, what if podcasters, and I'm talking about to the podcast community, right? What if we could somehow flip a switch and suddenly we had 1 million subscribers on our YouTube channels, and we were, almost like celebrities because everybody just wanted to listen to our channel. What if that was able to happen? Well, in this story, which is a comic book based on us, Sam and myself, and you can see what we're going to look like in our logo. Our logo kind of shows us as animated characters in our comic book, which is what this Catch the Crazies is, and which is what the Kickstarter is for, to put this comic book out and put it in your hands. So yes, so the process has been that we have the first issue is completed. Masick is working on it, and strategically we did it that way. So he's starting on the 1st. The Kickstarter starts on the 26th. It goes for a month. So in that amount of time, it gives him time to. The script is written, so he's got it. So now he's drawing the comic book, okay? And by October, when this thing is done, hopefully by then he would have completed that issue. I'd be lettering it. He would have colored it. He would have done everything. All that would be needed is the coloring, and then send it to the printer. So there is really very little delay, As long as everything goes as planned, we should be in good shape. But, yeah, so the process has been, smooth, bro. Like, everything has been going so far so good. Like, knock on wood, everything's been,
That says a lot working with me.
Smooth sailing.
Smooth
sailing.
I think the process has been amazing because, for several reasons. Number one, is, when we talked about it on the episode 200, number one is because there's a respect on all levels. And even, when I thought about Masiak, because he did The Adventures of Cosmic Gorf for me. And his style, I just fell in love with his style. And one of the things that when I was trying to conceptualize the design for the characters, I was frustrated by it. I wasn't capturing the look I wanted, and no matter what I did, I just wasn't satisfied with the look. So then I was like, all right, he's the guy. He's just the first guy I thought of. And I was like, all right, I'm going to reach out. I got lucky enough that he has a knack for being able to take written word and putting art to it, right? And so that was hurdle number one. Okay, we nailed the artist. Hurdle number two was, all right, how do we take this and make it bigger than life? Right? So then George and I started talking. And it's like the dry erase board or the dart board where you throw things on the wall and see what sticks. And some of the darts are going to fall, and some are going to stay up. And the ones that stay up, you're like, all right, that's where we're going. So I think that process was smooth. And then the distribution of the workload made it even easier, because it freed up, I think you said it in episode 200 where back in the days, Sammy would want to do everything. Sammy can't do everything. And so why try to do everything when you have talent on the team? You know what I'm saying? It's like, so I think that was the part of it that for me was a relief. Yo, George is right here. This is about us, and he's a good writer. George, can you script it? And George's like, oh, shit. And George ran. It was like a relay race. It was like a relay race. It's like, here. And he's like, right? And so now Masiak has the baton, right? So I start the race. I pass it to George. George passes it to Masiak, right? And that's the way it should be. Because then, the whole goal is to knock out at the end. So I think that's where we are now with the Crazies. The Crazies, again, it's about two guys which are basically loosely based on George and I, and our experience in the beginning to present, and then the fantasy part where, you know, the Sam character goes out into the woods and wishes to the universe to become the best podcast in the world, not being specific, right? And because he wasn't specific, a supernatural being, which is the crazy man, appears and believes that what he's doing is the right thing to help them become the best in the world, and he unleashes mayhem. And that starts a whole series of events that puts Sam and George and Cast Craze in a precarious position with the community, with law enforcement. They already have enough drama with rivals, right? So there's a rival podcasting team trio that just don't like them. And so you take all of those fundamentals and you roll it up into one, and you have this amazing, funny adventure of crazy proportions, right?
And I think it lends itself to like how we like to create as independent writers, artists and stuff like that. I think Sam loves, the cartoony stuff, like the fun, all ages, kind of comic. And I do too. I mean, I was a big fan of like the 80s cartoons where it was like for all ages and stuff like that. So I like that kind of stuff. And I think that if you have a kid, or if you're a kid at heart, I think you're gonna enjoy it, because you have these two guys who are like kind of like, hey man, let's make something happen here. And all of a sudden this supernatural being, like Sam was talking about, comes in and says, hey man, I can make you guys popular. Here it is, because this is what you want. And unknowingly he releases these things into the world that now we have to reel back and bring them back. And they're from a different world where now we explore that world. So right. There's layers to, even though it's a simple story, a simple premise, there are layers to it. And I think that's where the fun of reading it will be, because the first issue, it's about us and coming back right into the game and stuff like that. And what are we going to do next? And from there, it just picks up and it just keeps going and going and going. So it's going to be fun. I think people are going to enjoy it. And you guys definitely need to, if you like that kind of stuff. And even, I just think that it's just for all ages. I just think everybody will enjoy it. Yeah,
but there's gonna be some adult humor as well, and some mature content with regards to. So I believe, all right, when you think, George and I were thinking about this. It's like, where would we see the Crazies and catch the Crazies? I see it on Comedy Central. I see it with some humor and sometimes. A lot of sarcasm, a lot of what you get in real life. And, one of the things that we want to announce tonight, we're hoping to get more viewers. We want to announce tonight is the art contest. George, what do you think?
No, go ahead. Tell about the art contest.
All right, so we have a Kickstarter coming, right? So the Kickstarter is going to launch on September 26th to fund issue number 1 of Catch the Crazies. We're putting it out there here. We are holding an art contest for the cover, an alternate cover, a variant cover, and so the winner of the cover will get the alternate cover, 10 copies for themselves, a guest spot on Catch the Craze, credit in the book, and all what we do on social media for the promotions. So you'll get 10 free copies for yourself to do whatever it is you want. Your name in the book, your credits, bio about you in the back of the book, as well as featured on Catch the Craze once it's printed and released and the winner is announced. So with this is a great opportunity for anybody that's looking to get exposure, because we're definitely going to go to press with this as far as printing it. So this is the contest. You want to join, you want to get in. Don't think about it and say I'll get to it later, because once it's over and we go to press, it's over. We want to announce the winner on time for the Kickstarter, or during that process. So here's a great opportunity if you're an artist, just trying to get some credit and your name out there. We'd love to see your rendition of Catch the Crazies. And if you want references, go to crazycomics.com.
Correct. Or follow us on Instagram, on the Crazies Instagram page. But here's a question. Maybe I don't know if and if you guys are watching and you do have questions, because I think it's important that we get all of the, everything up front.
Yes.
So now, artists that are coming in to draw the cover, are they to submit a completed cover, pencils, inks, and colors, or pencils and inks, or pencils, or so as an artist, you are submitting a full cover, pencils, inks, and colors?
It would have to minimum inked. Minimum inked. You want to do it all three? That's fine, but black and white, because if you're not going to color it, we'll have it colored. But yes, so the minimum entry requirement is just inked.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah. So just like, and so for all artists out there who want to be part of the contest, submit them, send them over. We can definitely, you can DM us on the Catch the Crazies Instagram page, on Catch the Craze Instagram page. Send us messages in regards to if you have any questions, or if you actually are sending the files, we can answer all those questions there, as far as how they're going to be sending these files, whether it's a Dropbox file.
Yes, if you go to crazycomics.com, and you can submit it through the website as well.
Yep.
But yeah. So finished inks. If you don't want to color it all the way, we'll have it colored. But we'll there'll be a winner. All submissions will be featured in the book as a thank you for your submissions. But there's only one winner, and that winner will get the full package deal, which is you're featured on the show. You get 10 copies for yourself. You get full credit and a bio with links to your social media and your website. So we're excited about that, and so we thought about it. It's like, look, we're this is serious. We're planning on doing a trade paperback for this. We're starting with issue number 1, and then we have bigger things going for the project. But that's contest number 1. So we haven't had a chance to talk about this.
No.
But you brought this up, and I got this from you. And Joe's like, so the Crazy Man. It's a great cosplay character.
Yes.
So for all you cosplay actresses and actors and cosplayers, here's a chance to show us your best Crazy Man. So the Crazy Man, and in fact, I'll show him up on the screen since we're here, so that way you guys can see it. Where are you? Crazy Man. Boom. There you go. So here's the Crazy Man, ladies and germs. Doesn't matter. And if you watched some of the promos, which is on YouTube, of the Stop Acting Up promos, you'll see the costume and the real life Crazy Man. So show us your best Crazy Man, and get featured on Catch the Craze, and with a photo of you in your Crazy Man and bio to your site, also in the book. So all you cosplayers out there, this is gonna be big. The Crazy Man's gonna be big.
You know what we can even do, dude? The winner gets to come on the show. We'll interview him as the Crazy Man, and just have some fun with it.
Imagine the Crazy Man interviewing the Crazy Man.
That would be great. That would be great. Let's do it. Let's freaking do it. Do you have the commercial with him and you?
Stop Acting Up. Yes, yeah. I think so. Let's see. Where is it?
We should play that just so they can see what we're talking about. Yeah, let's play it.
Stop Acting Up. Which is not playing. There it is.
Why are we hiding? I'm not hiding. I'm trying to catch it. Oh, what are we catching? What are we gonna catch? We're gonna catch the Craze. Catch the Craze. What? The Craze? Like the disco craze? No. No. What are you wearing? What do you mean, what am I wearing? What are you wearing? Fresh. No one says fresh anymore. Why you acting up? I'm not acting up. You acting up. Come on, man. Stop acting up.
Candy girl. So that was the Crazy Man that spawned the Crazy Man, and there's the character for it. This is a great opportunity for all you cosplayers to show us your best Crazy Man.
Yeah, that'd be great. That would be great.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, the afro, the sunglasses, the aviators, the bell bottoms, funky shirt. Yeah, I mean, listen, male, female, doesn't matter. Everybody, open. Let's do it.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I think that'll be a great thing. That'll be great.
That's that Tone Loc. Let's do it.
Crazy Man, the Crazy Man.
Crazy. Yeah, so those are two contests we're currently having concurrent. So it's a great opportunity, and when we get released into the populace and are able to go back to cons, you'll see the Crazy Man walking the floor of Comic Cons. So it's going to be pretty cool.
I mean, listen, it's it's like it's such a great character. He's funny, and like it just works. I think, and it's easy. I don't think it's like this crazy elaborate. I mean, you can get crazy with it if you want. Get creative with it. But yeah, I mean, I think that'll be great. Yeah, a little crazy man cosplay. That'll be great. And yeah, again, we can have you on. Obviously come on a show, and we can do it. We can do it.
We can do it.
Great idea.
Yes.
So artists, get your pencils, inks ready.
Yes.
Cosplayers, get your afros, get your aviator glasses, your disco style out.
Yes.
Let's do this.
Yes.
No, it'll be great.
I love the
It'll be great,
nightlife.
dude.
I like to boogie on the disco.
So let me ask you a question, though, Sam. I guess, and for those who don't know, where did the Crazy Man come from? Like the look, the style. Like where did that come from?
So I once a year, every year in October, I won't be doing it this year. I would go to Texas to these events and Halloween events, and everybody comes in costume. So there was one theme. There was a '70s theme event, and so I went and I got platform shoes and bell bottoms and got my fro and my glasses and the shirt, and I went out there. And I was cutting a rug, and I was boogieing the night away, right? Boogie night, get on to, we just want to party. So I put it away in the closet. So one day I'm sitting in my studio. You see, the problem with Sam is when Sam's alone, his mind starts wandering, and that's if you were a tycoon, you need me on your team because I'm that guy that's always thinking about the next step. So I'm sitting here all alone, all by myself, and the Crazy Man. So stop acting up was something I always said to George whenever he was acting up in the studio. Lots of times when he's forgetting about stuff that we've done, and I look like I'm an idiot. So I was like, wait, stop acting up. I need to start talking to my alter ego because I talk to myself all the time. And so I was like, and that's how the birth of the Crazy Man came. So I decided to create a video of me trying to catch the Craze, but the Crazy Man keeps interfering. And so that was the beginning of the evolution. Didn't realize that a comic book would be coming down the pipe because at that time I was just creating this fictional character for humor and really for the show and to drive more people to the show. And then, like I said before, it was several things that triggered it. A conversation with Jonathan, Daphne Lage's promo, testimonial. There was a lot of things. I was like, wait, make Catch the Craze a thing. You want to catch the Craze, and then the Crazies, and that's how it just like poof. So the Crazy Man it just so happened, and I love the way Masiak drew him,
Yeah.
because he really gave it life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he got even the dad jeans on. It's like with the belt bottoms. It looks like those jeans that give you a square bottom.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. It really is awesome. It really is awesome.
It's all the way high.
And you'll see him in the pages of the comic, so that's gonna be cool. You're also gonna see him later on today. So
Yes, you're going to see
stay tuned
him.
for that.
We're waiting a few.
You're gonna see him later
We
on
were
today.
hoping that the 209 subscribers, at least a percentage of you guys would show up to see this, because we're excited, and I'm hoping that you get excited. I'm so excited. It's a wine night, and this time I had white wine. Last time I had red.
Okay.
But yeah, so this is so what we are going to debut today is the next phase in the evolution of the Crazies. You know, if you watched the Crazy 10 or less, if you listened to some of the Get Your Meds that George and I have, the conversations we've had on Get Your Meds, you know that a lot of the focus is that we preach to the listeners and creators out there is about property development, brand recognition, licensing, all those things. And so this is part of that. For us, the whole package it's about having the whole package. So when the idea came to start working on a comic book based on the podcast, the branding, the look, the feel, the multi-dimensional potential starts coming into play. What would this look like if? What would this look like if? And those are the questions that drive the engine forward, move that engine. So this is the next culmination of it. This is that natural progress of, because we really want to have a successful Kickstarter. We've really had some great learnings from J.D. Calderon. Thank you, brother. Much love to you. Just him and his wife, Daphne Lays, they're just a tremendous, talented duo. That there's a lot to learn from them. And if you haven't checked out his YouTube channel, check it out. It's J.D. Calderon, and it's called, what's his channel called? Is it just J.D. Calderon?
Yeah, I think it goes by its name, but I'll take a look at it. Also, they both have Kickstarters right now currently going.
Yes.
So make sure you check those out. Daphne Lage, Lage.
Yes.
You can search that on Kickstarter. Check her out. She's got her own book that's out there on Kickstarter. So check that out. And JD also has a Kickstarter currently going on for his book.
Yes.
So, and these guys, man, they're always promoting and they're very good with that stuff. JD's Calderon is Indie Comics Explained.
Indie Comics Explained. Yes.
Comics Explained.
Yeah, so,
and he has a lot of artists on that show.
Yeah, that guy's a beast. He has like 5 shows a week or whatever.
Dude, he's interviewing people at 11 p.m. I'm like, dude, JD does not sleep.
It's not.
He does not sleep.
Hell no.
It's amazing.
He's like, Sam, you want to come on my show? What time? 11. No, good night. No, it's not gonna happen. Hell no. And 11 o'clock is when I.
You know you're gonna talk. You know you're gonna be there for at least an hour talking, because once you start going, like, you forget about time. So
yeah,
that's funny.
And
But anyway,
9 o'clock I start yawning. 9:30, 10 o'clock I start yawning. It's like, oh. The only time I'm wired is when I'm working. Like, sometimes I get so caught up in editing that I forget what's going on in the world. But
you're also wired up in coffee. I'm sure you're drinking like 15 cups of coffee a day.
Yes, and so this is what's going to put me to sleep tonight. So, so J.D. Calderon, and it's funny because we had, I think it was for episode 3 of the Kickstarter campaign with J.D. Calderon and you on the Get Your Meds, and it was that same episode, which was episode 202 with All Star Comics, and they just finished a successful Kickstarter. So we love. Our goal is to have a successful Kickstarter as well, and that's why we need you. So what we're going to reveal to you is that next step. It's that now it's being able to just give a glimpse of what it can look like.
Yeah, I mean, I think before you even show that, Sam, I think you're right. When we talk on Get Your Meds, and even before that, like when the show first started, I think a lot of it was always to showcase independent talent, right? But also, and now I think the evolution of the show has become, let us tell you a little bit about the mistakes we've made so that you don't make the same mistakes. And for the new guys coming in, these are the things we've learned, right? And I think that when you're an independent comic book artist, you think, hey, man, I'm just going to do comics. But I'll tell you this, and I think Todd McFarlane also said it, that's not going to, if you want to be truly successful, quit your job and do this professionally, I don't think, unless you just want to be a comic book artist and you want to work for the big two, or you want to freelance for other comics, you're not really going to make the money to, sustain a living, right? If you're just doing a comic book and you're just independently publishing it. It's just, unfortunately, it's sad, but it's true, you know? So you have to think beyond the comic. You have to think beyond the printed material or the PDF that you're, or whatever, the 99-cent Comixology comic book that you're selling. You got to think beyond that. You have to think other avenues of, whether you're licensing it for apparel or whether you're doing what we are talking about today, the next step. Yes. And I think that that's what this is all about. This, that, like Sam said, that next step. What is the next step? What should the next step be? How do we sell that to an investor, right? Because these guys want to see. They're not. It's not enough for you to speak to them and say, "Hey, man, I see it like this." Sometimes they want to see what you're talking about.
Yes.
And the foresight to do this. And again, Sam, good kudos to you. The foresight to see that and say, okay, this is what we're gonna do. Sam's funny, dude, and I'll tell the story after you show it, because he just hits me with stuff. Like I'm just chilling, and then I get a text message, and I'll read the text message, and it'll be some cryptic-ish, like it'll be some stuff that I gotta decipher. I'm like, I've known Sam for a while now, so like, oh, this is what you meant. But at first, I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't understand what this is. What are you saying? Like, because it's just random text. Go. And I'm like, where? Like, what are we doing? It's hysterical. But
I think it was. I sent George. We'll talk about it afterwards. Yeah, I sent George a text, and I was like, I need this ASAP. And he's like, what? Right. And I said, and put your best abilities in it. He's like, oh shit. So I got like 8 versions of everything. And you know what's funny? 5 of them sound exactly the same. It's like, I was like, that's the same emotion as the last time. And so I was like,
oh, that's great.
Oh shit. Oh man. So with that said, we're going to debut Catch the Crazies, the promo. Here we go.
We need to find a way to grow Catch the Craze.
I know, man, but how?
What are you doing here, Sam? This is crazy. Oh well, here goes nothing.
If you can hear me, please help us to be the best podcast in the universe. I thought you'd never ask.
In other news, reports of citizens appearing to be in a zombie-like state are coming in by the dozens. Authorities are investigating this strange phenomena.
What have you done? Oh no!
Wanna play? Wanna play? Come on! Wanna play? Wanna play? Come on! Wanna play? Wanna play? Wanna play?
We have to stop them.
We have to catch the Crazies.
There it is, baby. I get excited. I feel like a little kid. I was like, look, mommy, look. So there it is.
So there it is. There it is. The animated version. Catch the Crazies, the animated version. And that's what it is, right? That's what it's all about, Sammy. Like just thinking outside of just the comics. You have the comics, you have the podcast, the cartoon, possibly the movie. You know what I mean? Like, and listen, you already have a live action character in the Crazy Man. So he's already there.
Everybody want kung fu fighting.
So yeah. So when Sam sends me that text message, sends me that text message about putting your best acting abilities forward. I'm like, what acting abilities, dude? What are you talking about?
I set up dialogue. I sent George a script. I said, I need you to give me your best acting abilities, and I need it ASAP. No pressure. Not only that, I do it to my wife. I said, honey, I need you to be the anchor woman. And and she's like, so she's nervous. And she's like, so she did like 10 outtakes. And I'm waiting, and then George says it to me. And he says it to me in a file that I have to convert. I was like, But so I was like, give me your best. And George just hits me up with like 10 versions of everything. So what was it like when you got this script and you started reading it?
Dude, honestly, I had no idea. I had no idea what it was.
Yeah,
I just read a bunch of stuff and I'm like, okay. But when you said record it, I was like, I wasn't sure if I was going to visually record it or like just like you just needed a voice. So I was like, I'm just going to do a voice because I have no idea. If you need something else, then you just let me know. Yeah, at this point, whatever. So yeah, so I read it and I'm like, all right, cool. Let me just record these things. And I'm standing screaming into because I recorded it on my iPhone, and I'm like doing these whole different things, and I'm like, all right, that one, okay, let's do it again. Let's do it this way. And you're funny because you're like, they all sounded the same.
Yeah, I was like, wait, that's the same as the last one. And I was like, I was waiting for pitch change, and I was like, he goes, what was it? What was it? What was your lines?
I didn't memorize them.
He was like, I know, man, but what are we gonna do? Something like that, and 5 versions was the same. I was like. And I was like, I was like, we have to stop them. We have to we have to catch the Crazies. Then the next one, we have to stop them. We have to catch the Crazies. The next one, we have to stop them. I was like, I wanted. Then I found one, but you're like, we have to stop them. I was like, that's the one. I was like, that's the one. I was like, oh shit, they all sound the same. And then I was like, oh, there it is.
See, but when there's no direction, that's what you get. The only direction was put your best activity. Okay, I didn't know whether you wanted to be excited, sad, happy. I had no idea. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna go with this, and then I'm gonna go excited at the end. And I guess that's the one that worked.
You know, I'm a descendant of Einstein, right? So, imagine. So I'm a little eccentric. So what happens with me is, I assume the world is moving at my pace. So, and so for me, most people think that the idea just came out of nowhere or whatever. I've been giving a lot of things a lot of thought for a while. And so when the first Zoom call that George and I had on the Cast of Crazies, and we were doing the table read and just throwing ideas out. When that happened, I was like, I need to see this visually. I need to see it moving. That's when my gears start moving. And I said, what would it look like? And that's when I started just researching animators out there. And researching, trying to find a budget-friendly animator. And something simple, 60 seconds, that we can use to promote Cast of Crazies as a multi-layered brand. And so that's when it started. Then when I locked it in, because I don't, when I was like, oh, that's the price I'm willing to pay. I was like, George, I need this now. I was like,
but what you have to understand is there was no, hey man, I'm contacting some animators. I'm working on a script. I'm gonna send it to you. No, it was none of that. It was like he did all this behind the scenes and then said, yo, I need this recorded. But you know what? And I'll be honest with you, like, there is a trust factor. Like, I know there's a method to the madness. So at this point, I don't question the madness anymore. There is no why. It's just like, bet. let's do it. You know, like let's go. Because at this point, we're in too deep.
Yes.
We're in the middle of the battle. For me to be like, hey man, why? I'm gonna get shot in the head. There's no reason to ask the question.
It's like, where's George? Casualty.
I'm not gonna turn around. What do we do? No, do that. You got it. Let's go. You know what I mean? And same for Sam. Like Sam, I'm doing this. Cool. Let's do it. Like there is no, you know, unless it's like where you're like, okay, well, let's talk a little bit about that. But for the most part, it's open. Let's do this. Let's go. You know, because you don't want to slow the process down. You know, it's not something so far out there that it's like it's gonna do anything. You know, like to me, it's I don't know. I just think why stop the process? Let's just go. Let's just go.
And when I look at it, it's funny because when I look at it, I was like, all right, because this is like to the average person, they might be like, oh, this guy's moving really fast and whatever. This stuff has been in the works, but this ain't fast. Fast is when the gates are open again.
Right.
Fast is when we're allowed to play in the public, and when we have the finished product, when we go in the media blitz, that's when it gets crazy. Right. That's when you're gonna see the Sam that you knew years ago booking all these things and saying because you're gonna get tired of seeing George and Sam on just. That's what's gonna. So for me, it's like this is like a step towards another step, and I look at it as a staircase up to success. And so, like, I get excited. There are days I get demoralized. There are days I get frustrated. You know, but where I'm most excited is in the pool, the creation pool, when I'm in there trying things and spinning my wheels and what's great about it is that when I'm focused on one thing is when I'm at my best.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, if you think about the learnings from back in the days, there was a lot of different things. Now I'm like really focused on one thing, and it's really the Crazy brand, the Craze brand, and it's like. I'm excited. I mean, when I got back, you know, it's funny because I was talking to you about it. When I got it back, there was none of those special effects. It was just the animation.
Right. Well, that's what I wanted to also talk to people about. You did, and go ahead, finish what you were going to say.
Yeah. So it's funny. There was a decision I needed to make, right? So I got the finished product, and I was looking at it. I was like, do I accept it or I send it back and tell them to do some revisions? And I was like, no, this is where I get to play. Fuck it. Oops, sorry. Oops, if you're watching children, don't watch.
Now you're going to have to put a little warning.
I know. And then, oopsies. Oh, fiddlesticks. So I was like, this is where I get to play because I want to be able to edit and add the flavor to it. So that's where you get the leaves and you get the wind and you get all of those transitions and you get the special effects and the sounds and all that stuff. That's why I got to play. What were you going to say?
No. What I was going to say was, you know, before anybody starts saying, man, that's terrible. Why would they show us that? No, listen. All right, listen. Okay? First of all, it's a promo. It's a promo, right? It's a promo. And this is what it could look like. Now, even Sam and I, we were talking about it. We were like, wow, George, you gained weight in that one. You know what I mean? Like my character looks a little fuller. You know what I mean? So there are things, and again, because this is a prototype.
You're a well-rounded individual.
This is like our saying, hey, listen, it doesn't have to be a 3D animated, whatever. It could be a 2D animated thing, very simple. You know what I mean? So there are options. And these are just again, for people to see, investors possibly see what it could look like. So before anybody does like, hey, man, is that really the finished product? What are you doing?
I know, right?
Like,
¿Qué pasó?
Even Sam, remember when we were looking at it, we're like, yo, what happened to my hair? Like, there's no hair.
Yeah, they didn't put the hair. I was like, you know what? You don't know I have hair when I wear hats because I have it in a bun. So, and it's rare that I wear the hat with the hair out. So I was like, all right, I'm cool with that.
Right.
You know, so there was some, you know, you make some exceptions for the sake of, you know what, it works as a promo piece to show the potential of what it is, right? So what would it look like if it was an animation? Now, this isn't Pixar. I don't, this is pennies. So it's not like that you broke the bank for this. This is, simple 2D animation that works. Yeah.
Yes.
The lips are moving, but they're not in sync with the words because it's simple animation.
But it's fine. Yeah,
but it's fine. It works.
It is.
So
I mean, Sam, I think you did a lot of the post production work. They gave him like the animated stuff, but he put in the post production work, the sound effects, not necessarily the voice track, but you actually added a voice.
Yes, I had to do another layer.
One of the scenes.
Yes.
So you had to do a couple of things. And listen, kudos and a lot of respect for the guys who did it. And thank you very much.
Yes.
We really appreciate what you did. Absolutely no doubt about it. But like anything else, there's always room for improvement.
Yes.
And there is room for improvement in this, and we understand that, and we're okay with it. And when when somebody picks it up at Comedy Central, they're gonna make it look great.
Make it rain.
They're gonna make it rain.
Make it rain.
So, but no, I felt like we wanted to share that with you guys so you could see what could possibly be.
Yes. So, for those of you who are new to Catch the Craze, you're gonna say, "Oh, these guys are a bit extreme." For those of you, who've been around, this is the norm. So back in the days, I've always thought about the full package deal. I got lucky to back in the days work with Tracy Alford, who did an amazing job with Cosmic Wars. I think that was his best work. The stuff on Cosmic Wars was amazing, and he did the first piece for Disney in My Toilet, the 3D animation. So the whole goal is really not to have perfection. The whole goal is to give you an idea of what the potential marketability would be for this product that we're looking to license. We're just not looking to be comic guys. We're looking to be a multi-dimensional brand. And so I'm excited about this. I was really excited. It's funny, I'm looking at my eyes and they're kind of glazy. I think it's from the wine. They kind of spark. They kind of sparkle. It's more about taking. Think about what we learned from COVID. If you're dependent on an income because you're working for somebody else, it's very scary and concerning with the amounts of layoffs that have happened, millions and millions and billions of people. So how do we take our own destiny into our own hands where we don't have to be victim to that? And that's the goal. The goal is to be self-sufficient, to be independent, to truly be independent, and put out content that we love. And I'm hoping that you love it too. I'm hoping that when you read that first book, I'm hoping that when you've seen the character designs, you've just seen this promo piece, and when you read that first book, that you'll be like, this guy, I love this stuff. I can't wait for the second issue. So we really want your support. We can't do it without you. It's getting harder and harder. The realization is that we need you, the listener, the fans, of independence, to support. And I've never done one. I've never done a Kickstarter.
Right.
So this is my first. This is my first go around, and I got butterflies. I'm nervous. You know what I mean? Because a lot's riding on this Kickstarter.
Right. Yeah, no, definitely. And like I did one other crowdfunding campaign with Indiegogo, but and I'll be honest with you, Kickstarter has always been very intimidating for me because if you don't because Kickstarter has what they call fixed campaigns. So if you don't reach your goal, say you're asking for $1,000, if you get $999.99, you're not getting the money because you were supposed to make 1,000. So that's why it's a little more intimidating. Indiegogo has what they call flex campaigns, which if you don't make your goal, you get what you put together. So if you don't make the 1,000 and you get 900, you get the $900 and have a good day. But this time around, we said, you know what? Let's go with Kickstarter. Let's see how that goes. So, what we're asking for, and again, what we're asking for pays the artist, pays for printing. So, none of that stuff is really going into our pocket. Everything is going into production and printing. So we're asking for $2,500. Okay, that'll be September 26th. Goes live. So we have different, obviously different tiers and different rewards that we will be giving you guys as a thank you for pledging the money. So I don't know if you want to go into that really quick, Sam, for the people to know, or you can save it for another show. It's totally up to the time restraint, I guess. We got been on here for about an hour.
We've been on here for 50 minutes, so we got 10 minutes. So
Yeah.
basically, there's a lot of incentives to support us on Kickstarter. And, I will be doing a lot of commission sketch cards similar to this one. If I have a new segment going on, this is a sketch card that I did of Crazee. And so the show's going to go live tomorrow. So we'll start it's 10 minutes of me just drawing a different character on sketch cards. So I'm working on the sketch cards now, and what you see me drawing is what's going to a lot of the Kickstarter supporters, based on the amount that you support us with, will qualify for a sketch card. We'll get a sketch card in a plastic hard case.
Nice.
With each card by me, and along with a bunch of other incentives. It all depends on the level of donations, and we're going to have, when we launch the Kickstarter, we're going to have a live show to really drive it home, because that first day, that first week, we really want to make an impact, because those first 5 days are the most important for us, and that'll help us have an idea of where we're going to trend. And so there's a lot of big things. So I'm working now. This is why I did the show. It's called Drawing the Crazies. And basically it's just me drawing. It's just, I take a blank card. I start sketching it out. I sketch, ink, and color it on the same card. I don't even erase. And just go. And it's about 10 minutes. So every one of those characters that I draw are going to be up on a Kickstarter. So I'm excited about that.
There you go. And you know what? I was just thinking right now, if there are anybody who's watching the show, kids who are watching or whatever, and you want to sketch out the characters, and you want to send us, tag us, and if you have an Instagram or whatever, if you want to send us some of your stuff, we'll display them. Sam can display them on the show. And
Yeah, fan art. If you have fan art, you
fan
want to
art?
send it. You don't want to enter the contest, the cover contest. You can send us fan art, and we will promote it on the shows, whether it'll be on What's in the Box or the Drawing the Crazies. I will, we'll promote it and give you a shout out with a link to your social media. So send us fan art. Show us your best renditions of our crazy characters. And again, if you want to see all the characters, go to crazycomics.com. And the characters that you see on crazycomics.com are the characters for the first volume. That's just the beginning of the arc. There's a lot more characters to come.
The Crazee's universe.
Yes, there's a lot more characters, a lot of stages to it. And again, this has the potential to be a card game. There's a lot of things based on the way it's created. So I'm excited about it. This is... I haven't been this excited since there's nail in my toilet.
This is right up your alley, though. This is the stuff, right?
Yeah.
And again, touching back on that, the next step. This is almost like the characters that are going to open up doors to the other things that we have down the pipe. Because as creatives, we always have tons of ideas, and a lot of our stuff is, already out there. Like you mentioned, there's an alien in my toilet. Guess what? Catch the Crazies catches on. Next thing you know, hey, what other properties do you have? Oh, there's an alien in my toilet. There's the Adventures of Wonder Dog. There's What's 5377. There's Forbidden. So there are other options, and there are other audiences that these other books touch and hit. So, as a creative, you got to remember that. You got to think, like you said, Sam, the next step, and what's going to kick down that door so you can walk through it with the rest of your stuff. So.
Yes, and that's the big part, and that's what we're talking about. That's why it's about, the goal for George and I is to really package it as a creative brand, so that way we have a sustainable future and do what we love to do. And what we love to do with Catch the Craze is give back to the community and the industry and the art form, and with Catch the Crazies is do exactly what we love to do. Is create as well, because we're also indie creators. So we don't lose sight of the fact that we're doing it we're the same grind as you guys, as everybody who out there who's creating. We're hustling just as much as you guys are. And I'm excited. I'm really, really excited about this. I was excited to show this today. And we're going to have it on our social media, and it's going to be on so if you haven't followed the official IG of the Crazies, please do. And just check, if you don't know how to find it, just type in the Crazies and you'll find it. And stop acting up. And so to rehash what we discussed, Kickstarter September 26th. George, you're really good at the recap, so give us a recap.
Yeah, glazy eye over there.
I know, it's kind of say, what's in the bottle? Not what's in the box, what's in the bottle?
George,
that's fine.
Yes, so September 26th, Kickstarter starts on our Catch the Crazies comic book. So check that out, support it, help us reach our goal. Also, there's going to be an art contest, okay? The best cover, okay, is going to get a variant cover of the Crazies. You're going to get 10 copies of the book for yourself. You're going to get a shout out on the show, okay?
Interviewed on the show.
Also, and you're going to get interviewed on the show. Also, for the cosplayers out there, the Crazy Man wants you. So basically, dress up like the Crazy Man. The best costume gets to come on the show. We talk about it. Maybe you come dressed as the Crazy Man. We have a little Q&A, have a little fun with it. So that's that. And then, just follow us on official page of the Crazies. Follow us on Catch the Craze. Follow me on Medina Whip. Check out our website, crazycomics.com. Okay, check out medinawhip.com. And we're going to have pretty soon, we're going to be also, Sam, we're going to have some apparel on there for you guys, hoodies with the characters on them, the logo on the hoodies. Some of the guys we had on the 200th show, 3 of our listeners actually walked away with some hoodies. So they'll be posting up their photos. Those things have been mailed out. They're going out there. So they should be getting them soon.
That's exciting.
And support the Craze, just catch it. Catch the Craze.
Yes. Can you catch it? So we can't do this without you. We need you. Again, thank you all for subscribing and following and listening and supporting. But most importantly, we'd love to hear your feedback. Let us know what you thought about the promo piece. It's
absolutely.
Your feedback is invaluable.
Yes.
And while we do appreciate the followers and the subscribers, we appreciate it more when we engage with you. So if you can let us know your thoughts and whatever, we'd love to. I'm always responding on social media. So there's not one question, there's not one comment that I don't reply to. Even if you think it sucks, let us know. It's like all feedback is good feedback no matter what. And, I have thick skin, so,
Yeah, we'll laugh it off. We just make a joke out of it. Don't worry about it.
No, I just drink. I just drink.
Also, make sure that if you like what you're seeing, subscribe to the channel. Hit the little subscribe button there. Hit the little bell so you can get the updates when a new show comes on. We do this every week on Friday. Actually, we have 3 shows a week. We have on Monday we have the Craze in less than 10. On Wednesdays, we have What's in the Box. And on Fridays, we have Catch the Craze.
Yes.
Also, once a month, we go live. We've been doing a little more impromptu live shows the last couple of weeks since we discovered YouTube Live.
Yes.
So check us out. We will have updates and we will have announcements when the live shows are up. But look for a live show on the 1st of every month on a Wednesday. So look for those and subscribe. Subscribe.
So
spread the word.
Today is Saturday. Tomorrow is Sunday.
Yes.
So tomorrow you'll have Drawing the Crazies, the first episode.
Oh, Sunday, okay.
Monday you're going to have the Crazy 10 or Less, and it's What's Your Next Step. Right? So everything's changed with COVID. What's your next step? What's your next move? What you did yesterday is not working today. Right, so that's the Crazy 10 or Less. On Wednesday, on What's in the Box, I go through 2 books, Darken and bleed them dry. And then on Friday, we have, I believe, is All-Star Comics. And we have part 3 of the Kickstarter series with JD Calderon. It's a big double episode. I think it's like an hour and 45 minutes. So we have a packed week. There's so many reasons for you to support the Craze. Stop acting up.
Subscribe, listen.
No, don't hate, just participate. Stop acting up. It's like, you know, we appreciate it. But so I think instead of ending with our credit, maybe we play the trailer again.
Do it.
What do you
Let's
think?
end it with that. Let's
end
close
it-
out with that.
Let's close out with the promo piece. Thank you again. I'm Sam, the Crazy Man Vera.
George, my dreamer, Martina.
Peace.
We need to find a way to grow Catch the Craze.
I know, man. But how?
What are you doing here, Sam? This is crazy. Oh well, it goes nothing.
If you can hear me, please help us to be the best podcast in the universe. I thought you'd never ask.
In other news, reports of citizens appearing to be in a zombie-like state are coming in by the dozens. Authorities are investigating this strange phenomenon.
What have you done? Oh no!
Wanna play? Wanna play? Come on, wanna play? Wanna play? Come on, wanna play? Wanna play? Wanna play?
We have to stop them.
We have to catch the Crazies.